What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth. This is the Joyful Sojourn community of people that loves stationery and planning and doing things creatively. And of course, I love doing reviews, like product reviews and hauls. And if that sounds like it's up your alley, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Today, I'm unboxing a bunch of journaling supplies from JournalSay. This video is sponsored by them. They gave me a credit to their shop so I could go around, pick out the things that I want, see what the experience is like, see what their products are like, and then share it with you guys. So they did give me a credit, and I ended up liking more things on the website than that credit was valued at. So I did pay more to get more things because I was placing the order anyways. I was like, let's just throw in all the things. So I hope that this video gives you a good idea of the types of items that you can get at JournalSay. And I do have a discount code, Joyful 8. I think it's Joyful 8. Joyful 8 will save you 8% off at JournalSay. I will leave my affiliate link and my discount code in case it needs correcting. The discount code is in the description box, so make sure that you check it out. And thank you, JournalSay, for giving me a credit because it allowed me to kind of branch out from the things I love, which there's going to be items in here that I love, but also try some new things. So let's get into this box. First of all, it's stunning, okay? Very pretty. It's wishing us a nice day, which I appreciate. And it's very springy. So I wonder if their boxes change. Whoa. I wonder if their boxes change seasonally. My gosh. Look at the packaging on this. How freaking lovely, you guys. So pretty. Thank you for your purchase. JournalSay.com. And I'm going to cover this. But, it's got, a discount code for me, but it's lower than the discount code I have for you, Joyful 8. So Joyful 8 is what you're going to want to use. Let's open this up and see what's inside. And depending on if I have time, I'm going to share with you guys my plan for how to store my ephemera, which I'd mentioned in a previous video. I want to try something different, and I'll give you a little sneaky peek of what that looks like when we get going. Oh my gosh, so many things. So many things. Okay, so right off the bat, a lot of these items, it was difficult to tell what the size would be. So definitely look for dimensions, look at reviews to see what, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff, what the dimensions of the products are so that you know what you are getting. How do we even start, you guys? Where do we even begin? Let's start with the items that are not things that need to be swatched, if that makes sense. So right off the bat, I have to show you guys these. I really love glue pens. I prefer them like whenever possible over like glue rollers. I don't know why. I just feel like, especially with these smaller tipped ones, you can get like you can get up closer to the edge or the corner of a piece of ephemera. So I really like glue pens for that, especially ones that have the different types of tips. Now here's the Kuretake Zig, and I can't remember. This is like a pen tip. So this is one I already have. So I think they had these, but they were sold out. And so we're going to try the Sipo ones. 3-way glue pen. Look how chunky that is. Chunky, chunky. What I liked about the shop when I immediately started browsing was not only was there a lot of like junk journaling stickers, stuff like that, but there was actual like pens and functional tools for junk journaling, creative planning. And that's what I really wanted to try. So I'm not going to open this guy up yet, but this has a smaller, looks like a chisel tip. Yeah, smaller chisel tip. So I'm excited to have these glue pens. I think they were like Tombos. There were all kinds of different like name brand pens, including some really interesting colors and stuff in pens that I had never seen before. So I'm going to, if I look at something, I'm going to move it outside the bubble wrap. Let's take a look at these guys. So we have we have one type of, I think this is correction tape. No, this is adhesive tape. So this is adhesive tape, and then they also sell the refills for it. So, and the refills were really good priced. So if you do want a tape runner, this could be a good option to get the cartridge and then get the refills for it. And this, I think, is going to come in handy when I talk about my ephemera storage solution. hopefully. Move these guys out of the way. Oh my gosh, there's like so many things. So, oh my gosh. Ooh, those are stamps. There's so many things. Okay, I think I need to, let me get this guy out. Okay, so this is a ceramic blade, ceramic cutter. I'm a big fan of the kind of pen point. Let's go ahead and open this actually. Pen point ceramic cutters for detail cutting in my journal. Let's take this guy off. So it's really, really fine tipped. You can barely see it. And it's going to cut really well. Now this is cardstock, but here you can see where that cut the cardstock. So if you are, ooh, that's nice. Very like ergonomic. So if you have been eyeing like my slice cutter, my slice ceramic cutter, this is a really good alternative. And that actually is really comfortable, like really, really comfortable. I think this needs to be twisted just a little bit for it to be perfectly aligned with the tool. But that was a fun item. And a lot of the items were, I think, reasonably priced. And because you can get a variety of different things here, it's like a one-stop shop. So this is a retractable eraser. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that one of these came in a cloth and paper subscription box, and I've really been loving it several months ago. And yeah, I was like, oh, I'll take another retractable eraser. Like, that's nice. So I just like that there's these, like, I don't know, restock tools for me, you know, aside from the decorative elements, there are tools that I can use as well. So we have, ooh, let's open this. So I love my Penco clips. This is the Plan With clip. And I thought this color was pretty. Sorry, we're going to be opening a lot of packaging here. This is the Plan With clip. Ooh, this has a magnet on it on the back. The Penco ones do not have a magnet. I wonder if I have a Penco clip around here. I don't, but because it's got a magnet, it's a little bit heavier. I kind of want to put like the Joyful Sojourn like on a label down here, and then it says Plan With the Joyful Sojourn. I just thought that was a really nice neutral color, and again the price point was great. So got another one of those, but with the magnet, which kind of makes me want to put this actually on our refrigerator and use the magnet function. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. Okay, what's going to be the best way to move forward with this packaging? Oh my gosh. I think we need to keep things. You know what? I need like a bucket. Hold on. Let me get a bucket here because I think we're going to need to stay organized. So let me grab a little clear bin here. I'm going to move things over. Move things out of the way, and hopefully we'll have time to play with the ephemera. Okay, we're gonna go with the pens next. These are soft touch brush pens. They are a dual brush pen, so we've got a brush on one side, and then let's see what kind of tip we have on the other. Let me grab a notebook so that we can play around here. So set of 3, these are the Shan's Soft Brush Twin Marker. So here's the brush side. Ooh, that's juicy, very juicy. And then, oh, we have a fine tip. Do we have a color on here? Journaling. So line tip, brush tip. I don't know what color that is. Let's check out the other one. Or the other two. This one's definitely more warm toned. These tips actually remind me of if the Rytec brush pens were thicker. That's what they would remind me of. And then let's see this guy. Ooh. Definitely a softer tip, which takes a little bit more of an effort. That is juicy. Ooh, I like that. Let's see how that performs on. Okay, these, if you really press down the way that I was pressing down, these are going to bleed through your 160 GSM paper. Let me try not doing that. Ooh, it's so thick. This I would probably not use in my journal, but maybe you could use it for coloring or other sorts of, yeah, it's a little bit better if you don't press, but these are super juicy, but the colors are really pretty. I'll just have to figure out how these are going to best perform. I might just stick to the bullet tips rather than the brush tips if I don't want it to be overly inky, but I feel like these could perform really well as watercolor. So got these set of pens. Let's take a look at the, let me see if there's any other pens, and then we'll take a look at the washi tapes. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's so much to look at. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think this is, I think these are washis. Okay, just to prevent us from getting distracted, let me just close that. Let's take a look at all of the washi tapes. And I'm gonna need I wanted to do this unboxing with you guys, but I think I was unprepared for the amount of stuff that this would be. So we have the Class Velvet White cloth patterned tape. And I really, really, really love adding texture to my spreads. Washi tape is a really great way to do that. Let me make sure y'all can see the packaging on that. Especially these wider washi tapes that you can rip. So this has like a sweater pattern on it. Can you guys see that? So let's see how much is on there. It's not a fat roll, but it's a decent amount. We got a little adhesive there. Okay, so this is the type of washi that you would, you got to peel the back off of. So let me get this taped back up. And then you got to peel the back. This is where editing a video would probably be better. Y'all, this is going to be a long one, but if you want to hang out with me. Ooh, I love that. Ooh, I love that. That's like cozy sweater vibes. I like that one. Let's take a look at this one next. This is the Mohu. Well, I can't pronounce it. I don't know what language that is, but it looks like film strip washi. This is one, like I was saying at the beginning, that it's hard to know actual dimensions on the website. And so I really didn't know how big this was going to be. This is much smaller than I was expecting. So make sure what's hard is, you know, I say read the fine print, but on some of these, it's not in English. And so you are kind of taking a bit of a gamble. But let's take a look at this one. What I like about this tape is it's actually like ripped looking. So you get movement. It's pre-ripped, which is nice. And you get that film strip look. Look at that one. Ooh, I like it. Now, this is going to go pretty fast. But I remember the prices being really low. So you get what you pay for, and that it's, you know, some of these that are $1 or less, they're not going to be giant rolls with tons and tons of products. So you do need to, you know, manage your expectations. This one I liked a lot too. This is linen, but it looks, in my opinion, more like burlap, but they call it linen. Or maybe a fabric expert out there can tell me if burlap is a form of linen. I don't know. I don't know why they called it that, but let's see what this one looks like. I just love these textures. These might be some of my favorite items in the shop. I specifically was looking for tapes that would give me texture in wider washi tape form because I love a ripped washi. So here's they call it linen, but this to me looked more like burlap. But see how like they rip so well. and you get such a nice texture. I want to cover that up. We'll just go up there. Yeah, those are really, really fun. Let's check out these two. These ones, kind of don't want to take them apart. I'm not going to take these ones apart because I want to keep the packaging all together. So these ones are, again, washi tape, but actually here, it looks like I can rip a piece. This actually is a lot thicker, like craft paper. I love that with the grid. And this one has more of a script writing on it. I'm just going to peel off some of this. But how cute are these? You can make such a fun little like creative bundle for someone if they're just getting into creative journaling. You could get a bunch of little goodies like this, and these already are tied together. Or if you're going to a planner conference and you're looking to do table mate gifts, the individual prices of these was so reasonable that you could create little bundles and everyone gets like, you know, one of these things. Now this is where things get a little tricky. I don't know. This actually is in English and I can't read it all because of its roll, but if I can live through this, okay, so no trouble. I'm in a hurry with you. I can do champion. I can do anything. I can live through this. I have no idea what this is saying. I mean, it's in English, but no, yeah, they're not like complete sentences. I try to shoot rubber bands so you have to ignore what it's actually saying because something's probably getting lost in translation here. But I love the craft paper and the text look. I would probably just layer this to where enough of the words is hidden where I'm not going to get distracted with what it actually says. Let's take a look at these ones. Pretty sure these are tapes. And I love that the packaging is a little different. Yeah, it looks like it's tape. This is going to create the look of like a wall, like a brick wall, I think. Let's see what these ones look like. Oh yeah, it's a twin set. Well, that's fun. Did I know that? I don't know. I can't remember. I love these. I already know I love these. I'm in. This is the type of set that I want. So we have a 20 millimeter and a 35 millimeter. I think that's what that was saying. And then let's check out this one. We've got a brick, kind of multicolored brick. Ooh, that's pretty. These are kind of pastel. This one's a little bit lighter than this one, but those are fun. Let me make sure we're not having focus issues today. There we go. So there's that one and this one. Such a great way to add some texture. I really like making spreads that have like scenes in my planner or in my journal. And this is exactly what you'd want if you want to ground your houses. Like if you've got trees and houses from planning thing, you can use these guys to kind of lay a foundation at the bottom of your page. All right, what do we got going on here? There we go. They can be finicky though. Okay, so here's the first one. Take that down. I like this set. Nice and neutral. This would look really pretty with the sweater washi on the other side. I just love that look. Let's see where this guy starts. There we go. Make sure you keep the tape that it comes with it so you can seal it back down. Let's open up this guy. Grab that tape back. I really like this one. This would be great for a spring like Easter spread because of those pastel colors. Let's take a look at this one. All right, so those are the 2 box sets of washi. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, I kind of want to hold off on the stamp set because I do like to swatch, but I don't know if I have it in me to do that right now. Let's open up these boxes. Ooh, okay, so I've seen a lot of people on YouTube show little flip books like this, and I was really curious about it myself, so I had to get one. Look at this guy. So this is the Morandi color card, and this is a ton of colors on vellum. So vellum paper, and they're just like color blocks. They all say Morandi color card on the bottom, which is probably something I would cut off, but that is a lot of color. These would be so pretty layered with those washi tapes. You could make like a faux postage stamp, draw a little border around it. You could layer them on top of each other to create maybe like a blend of colors. Let's just pull one out. So you can easily pull it out, and it's a piece of vellum. How pretty is that? And then I probably would. But you could create like a pattern with these with your glue pen, and it would create, I would think, like a stained glass look. So I just thought this was really a nice, ooh, look at that, fun. Look at all these colors. That's so pretty. What would have pushed this like over the edge is if they had like Pantone numbers on it so we could match with our pens and stuff. But this is really fun. It doesn't tell me how many sheets there are, but I would imagine a lot. And it's so small that it's easy to take with you if you like to plan somewhere outside the house. Let's do all these kind of booklet type things. We got a lot of, oh, this is so much smaller than I was expecting. Let me just show you this. So I think I picked out a couple of cutting boards, and because I can always use a cutting board. This little guy, again, I think was under $1. Look how small it is. It's June 6th, which I have seen on Amazon. Price was really good for this, and it's just a small cutting board. So this is probably gonna go in my on-the-go planner tools in my maple and lark bin, so that if I am cutting something in the house, I can just slide it, or if I'm cutting something that's currently on my planner, I can just slide this between the pages and then have a little like hardboard underneath it. So love that. I think there's another one in here actually. Should we see if there's another one? If there is, oh yes, there is. Cool, cool, cool. Wow, these are really thick, like way thicker than I was expecting. This one is A5, definitely too thick to be a pencil board, but, ooh, that's pretty. It's like a crystal gray blue color. That's nice. So actually this might be one I want to slide into my planner bag, my planner tote. So I've got a little bit more room, and then I could put this in my smaller like pen bag. But I just really can never have enough of these smaller cutting boards. And honestly, I picked up this one, this cutting mat from Daiso years ago. And if you look at it, it is probably half the thickness of the June 6 one. And this one feels really nice, really, really nice. So this might... maybe I'll save that for Esther. I'm starting to save supplies that like I don't really want to use anymore, but save them for her so she can have like the ultimate craft cart when she's a little bit older. But she's not even 3 yet, so baby steps. So love getting these cutting boards at a reasonable price. And I don't remember what the shipping threshold was, but it's very easy to get to it in my opinion. And then you can kind of really think about what tools you need to replenish. and throw them into the cart to help with shipping. Oh my gosh, so many things, you guys. So right now I'm just looking for a lot of stickers, actually. Ooh, and I have transfers. Any more books that I'm seeing? Ooh, and specialty papers. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this stuff. Ooh, okay. So let me close this back up. And let's get into these kind of packs of things. Let's do this. So this is Creative Washi stickers. And these are all, looks like they're going to have a beachy design, kind of oceany, which is right in time for summer. And look, these are all washi stickers in like squares. Actually, what would be easier is if I stuck some of these down. There's a lot in here though. I don't know, 100 pieces, 50 pieces, but we're talking a lot of different designs, and they're all very, they're varied. So there's one like, this is definitely like beach, ocean. And then this, I don't know, could be like sand. I'm not sure. Kind of has like a marbling effect to it. So let me actually lay a couple of these down so you can see them. Oh my gosh, there are so many in this box. This is an example of ephemera that I have to figure out how to organize and keep it in a place where I'm more likely to see it and use it. So I'm gonna pull this guy back and just see how these perform. They feel like washi stickers, which my favorite material for stickers right now is washi. I just love how they perform on the page. They're not as vibrant as a pet tape, but I just like how thin they are and they're matte. So here's one of those, and then we'll do a second so we have kind of a different design. And I could just see these being a great supplement to other stickers that I have. So here you can see an example of those small little washi stickers. They're all going to have that softened square shape. So I'll have to think of creative ways to kind of branch out from that. You could probably rip these because of the material. Yeah, you could rip them and then maybe add some flowers or vines coming from them, something like that, to kind of create different shapes from this. But what a nice collection. That was a lot. Quantity, about 200. And it's called Texture Cloud. About 200. My gosh, that is a lot. Okay, so what is this guy? We've got a little book of something. Looks like trading cards. Ooh, they're stamps. It's a little stamp book. Okay, so we're gonna have to set this aside. These are rubber stamps. Oh yeah, rubber stamps. Let me see if we can see what anything is. So I love the splatter. We've got like a little coffee cup ring. Gentleness is the treasure of the world. You are as something as a something. If you look the right way, you can see that the whole world is a garden and forever has something. I don't know what that says. The stars are boiling hot. You are the ideal of the world. Again, I'm using it for the texture. I think some things are probably lost in translation with these guys, but I do want to see how these perform. So we're going to set these aside along with these stamps. Actually, let me open. I'm trying to do this by type, and I know we're moving all over the place, but since we just opened stamps, let's go ahead and open this. Really excited to see this set of stamps, rubber stamps, because they're numbers. Mountain Flower Reflection Digital Seal Set. There are 10 pieces. Ooh. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And they're just a mix of numbers. We've got some postage stamp swirlies, some florals, butterflies. We've got the number spelled out as well as the number. Let me take one of these out just to see what it looks like. Oh, interesting. So rubber stamp there. So we've got 2 sets of stamps that I'm going to need to swatch. Okay, now let's get back to these ones. Lace Fantasy in like a neutral color, and then Lace Fantasy in blue. I have never opened this kind of stuff on my channel. I don't think I was prepared for the amount of effort with the packaging, but here is, oh, fun. Oh, fun. Okay, so Lace Fantasy, these are acetate, and I wonder if I can do this. I'll put a piece of paper underneath. These are pieces of acetate. I don't know if that's going to show up very well. There is black print. I don't know if I knew these were going to be acetate. I don't really do much with acetate, but these could work as tip-ins for sure. There was something in the back. Is this just I think it's just a card. So we've got all kinds of different pieces here. Interesting. Let me just pull. Yeah, I mean, they pull out so easily. I guess you would do a tip-in. You could do layering underneath it. If you're doing like memory keeping, or you could put a photo on top of it. I'm not sure how I would use these, but that is 30 pages of the blue pack. And then check out this one. Same thing. It's the acetate, but these are frames. So they're lace frames. This would be good for a photo. Glue these down with your glue pen. Pull one of these out so you can see it. Oh, that could be fun for decorating the back of your Kindle too, because it's so thin. So 30 pages of those, just little, you know, bips and bobs. We're bipping and bobbing, guys. Oh my gosh, where do I start? These I'm not going to open. Okay, I think it would be a little too messy, but this is Cottage Garden. These are pieces of paper. Actually, now I need to feel how thin they are, but these are just scraps of paper that, oh yeah, these are really thin. These are not going to add bulk to your page at all. That's kind of nice. Let me grab a couple of these. So these are just thin scraps of paper. They're not double-sided. Glue these down, rip these up, layer them, whatever you want to do. And you get a pretty good variety of types. Like I see some graph grid. We've got the lined, larger grid. There's some kind of craft paper looking ones. Some of these look kind of like old library cards. So that's a fun pack there. What are these? Memories at Scrapbook DIY Specimen Material Package. Okay, this is an item that is actually larger than I was expecting. I was expecting these to be much smaller. These are pet tape stickers, I think. But I kind of am not mad at the size because they are statement pieces. Are they stickers? They are not stickers. Okay. That was unexpected. So these are acetate, like jars with white lines. There were a few different types of these, like a few different types of bottles. So I picked the ones that had the like tags on them with the white lines. And then these ones, I think these are actually very pretty. These ones are kind of that craft paper color. And this would be really pretty for memory keeping if you put little pictures, or you could put like flowers popping out from them or something like that. So these are just fun little pieces to play around with. And I'm actually going to be getting together with a bunch of moms from my church, and we're going to be doing some like journaling. I'm going to bring supplies and stuff. This would be a great variety of items to take and share with them to try to get into journaling. So these are rub-on transfers. I'm a big fan of rub-on transfers. Whenever I see them, I get them because I love that they add pretty much zero bulk to my journals and my planning pages. This first one just has a bunch of different types of labels. This one is like wax seals, and this one is, I guess, more like old mail postage type signage. They look like belt buckles to me, but let's just open up one of these to see what we have inside. Oh yeah, you know, I probably could downgrade the packaging, which I think I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and recycle the packaging on these. They give you the stick that you need for rubbing things on. Pretty. Recycle that. And lastly, these ones. And it looks like you get actually two sheets of transfers. Is that correct? Kind of looks like it. Let's open one of these up. You do! 2 sheets. Look at that one. Love. Love, love, love. Actually, I like the second sheet better. Postcard. Ooh, these are going to be fun. The other thing that I love about rub-on transfers, other than how thin they are, is that you can actually layer them on top of each other. I do that quite a bit. So like if I wanted to do a wax seal, I could, if I wanted to combine the wax seal with like the postage card thing, I could do that. Lay the wax seal down and then put the squigglies of the postcard transfer on top. Same thing with these. Look at these like vintagey looking numbers, invoice numbers. Pretty. Now we got to see what is on the back of this one, or the second sheet in this one. And I'll see if I can find all the other transfers I got from JournalSay. Oh yeah. Those are great. Keep moving forward. Happy day. Make it count. Love much. Journal. Reflect. A joyful heart always blooms. Think happy. Enjoy every moment. Lovely. Gather. Explore. All kinds of words. So these are fun. I'm excited to add these more kind of vintagey looking rub-on transfers to my collection. Let's see what other transfers we have while we are here. Ooh, those are fun. Are those transfers? Can't tell if there's, I don't think so. We're feeling for popsicle sticks, guys. We're feeling for popsicle sticks. See, these look like transfers to me. These are transfers. I think these are transfers. Ooh. So one cool thing you can do with their website is they have collections of items where you can get an individual color in a set. Or if you like all of them, you can just get them bundled and get the whole set. That appears to be the case with these ones. I could have purchased them individually, but I saved a little bit by bundling them all together. Just checking to see if there's anything else. No. So this is the password diary set. And these, I think, are rub-on transfers, but they don't come with the popsicle sticks. But I can tell... Yeah. Separate on the back paper, paste on the use tool to press on. Yes. So we have kind of the brown colorway, gray. Love this. Like, I think those are so cool. You're going to have to cut out the ones that you want. So you got to be detailed. That's where one of those ceramic blades is going to be helpful getting into the detailed cut of this. But love that. We've got brown crafty. We've got black and white, multicolored, and this is like lace. So that's really pretty. And let me just open one of these. Let's open this one and just see if there's 2 sheets in here. I think that 2 right there is in reference to the number of sheets, but let's double check. Yeah, it is. So you do get 2 sheets here. And I'm pretty sure, I want to double check. Yeah, these are rub-on transfers. I love these. Love, love, love. So I'm excited. Excited to play with these and excited to have all the different colors. Like, what a fun element. See what else we have in the rub-on transfers. So definitely went with florals because I think florals, I know a lot of people are kind of over the floral movement, but I would challenge you to think about whether or not you are over florals in general or across the board or specific kinds of florals, because I have decided certain kinds of florals I'm over, but these kinds of florals, not so much. The individual stems I think are so pretty. And with rub-on transfers, you can layer them. So lay down flowers, then you could maybe use these to letter out your header, and you could add, if you wanted a little extra something something, add an extra stamp or a transfer on here and create a really pretty layered look. So let's see the design on these ones. See how many sheets are here. Pretty generous sized pack. Oh yeah. So here's our super autumnal sheet. We'll just go this way. Then we have more kind of purples. That looks like an eyeball. Little creepy, not gonna lie. This is my favorite. Ooh, I love the nudes. That's really pretty. I'm so excited. I'm gonna move this one to the front so I can remember that this one is in this pack. Absolutely stunning. And rub-on transfers, from what I've seen, they're not cheap. They're not cheap when I've been shopping around. So to find such a great variety in this shop was really nice. Okay, let me make sure we are good on the rub-on transfers. I don't think I see any. Oh, I tell a lie. I got all these. So excited. So these are also transfers, and I got all the colors of these watercolor marks. So these are like blobs of color that are going to layer so pretty with florals and with letters, and you can even put clear stickers on top if you want to. So let's just take a look at one of them to see how many sheets, unless we see. So Tomato Jam Girl, she's putting out stuff. That company is producing stuff that is definitely in my aesthetic right now. So we have, oh, so pretty. So each pack is going to come with 3 of different shades, different tones. One of them has some lettering on it, and then this one's a little bit more pink, and then this one's getting a little bit more sherbety. So very cool to have all 3 of the various colors. And then again, I went with the entire set. So we've got this one, we've got some gray, green, orange, blue, and then, ooh, that's pretty. That's going to be a mix of all kinds of colors. Pretty. Love, love, love. This is going to be so fun to take to my mom's event. Everyone can kind of pick through the decor that they want and just have fun with it. Okay, let me separate now some. I got a lot of different washi material stickers, and then I tried to step outside my comfort zone with the pet tape. So let me pull out the stickers. Ooh, got a freebie. Okay, these are all individual. Ooh, material. Ooh, I forgot about this one. Okay, excited about that. Oh, so pretty. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm pretty excited. All these individual piece ones are what makes me nervous to actually look through. So let me just do a little ooh, okay. Individual, 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 individual. Look at the packaging. Fruit aroma fills the garden. Look how pretty. These are pet tape stickers in like a little basket. We'll get to that in a second. Let's take a look at these, trying to group everything together. These are washi stickers. So we've got, let's see how many sheets are in this set. There are 3 sheets in here of feathers. So we've got feather washi stickers. We've got concert tickets, or really any kind of like admittance ticket. We've got greenery. These are going to be really pretty with some of these more neutral like washi tapes. If you don't want to do florals, but you want something kind of organic looking, these are lovely. Let's take a look at these a little bit more closely. These are lined art. These are not pre-cut. Ooh, I wonder if that's the case for all of these. These are not pre-cut. You're going to have to cut them yourself, but I love those. So pretty and neutral. I wonder if the rub-on transfers with the ink splotches, watercolor splotches, I wonder if those are vibrant enough to shine through these illustrations, or the washi material, I should say. I don't know, guys. We're just going to have to play around and find out. And play around with these, we most assuredly will. Actually, why don't you leave me a comment down below with, as we go about this, wait till the video's done and you've seen everything, but leave me a comment with what item you are most, or items are you most excited to see, like how I would use them. It's going to be a good challenge, that's for sure. So A+ packaging with the palette, the look of the palette, but here we have our pet tape stickers. And these are all different versions of like, almost like acrylic paints, smeared. Look at these. Oh, these are so pretty. Very neutral colors. But these are the types of stickers I gotta figure out how to store properly so I can easily grab them. But look how pretty these little pet stickers are. PET tape stickers. So that is Retro Story sticker pack in the neutral. Looks like we've got a couple other ones. Definitely putting that in backwards. Oh, here we can see all the different iterations of that color. Retro Story, do we know what color this is? 30 pieces. This one is sweet potato. Then we have this one. This one is called Sumi, S-U-M-Y, a little bit brighter. This one is Ochre. And then this last one is called Ultramarine. They're all pet stickers that are like the paint smears. Very pretty. Let's take a look at these. We've got two Dream Builder. This I think there were more designs in this one, and I decided to pare it down and only pick two. But I believe that these are washi stickers where the whole sheet is one big sticker, and so you can rip it up. Let's take a look and confirm that. Oh, yeah. So these aren't bound into the book. I kind of wish that they were because they'd be easier to manage. But here we've got like tiles, basically. So if you didn't want to deal with the washi tape, you could get sheets like this. All kinds of different types of papers. And then I just want to confirm, it says paper stickers. So I would imagine then that I'll take one of these. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. These are, I mean, they're a little bit of a thicker washi paper, but it's the full thing. So I can like rip it and have plenty of space for activities. I love a wide ripped washi, period. So having sheets like this is super, super nice. So this guy, do we have a name on this one? We don't. 10 sheets. And then here's the other one that's going to have a little bit of blue in there. And those are the colors in that pack. So more washi stickers. Ooh, I forgot about this one. There were a variety of different packs of these in different colors, but they were all sold out. And so, well, some of them were sold out. So I picked the one that I was that I thought I could get some good use out of and play with. So this is a little booklet. Got a picture in the back of what is in it. And it's a mix of the pet stickers and washi. So here's your pet tape stickers. And then your washi, pet tape, washi, pet tape. And what drew me to these is the pre-layered effect. So we've got the film strip with the florals with some sort of text. Like here we've got some like netting down here. I just thought it looked really cool having pre-layered stickers. This is one giant sticker. Some things are going to get lost in translation. I'm like looking at some of the text. Definitely don't pay attention to what is written on it. Better to light one candle than to curse the darkness. I mean, I don't disagree with that. So big variety there of the pet tape stickers and the washi. Okay, so now we're going to get into the things that are going to be a little messy. And let's do the papers. Anything else? Oh yeah, let's get this guy. We'll look at the freebie. Okay, so these are all the loose guys that are going to be a lot. So let's take a look at this one. These are, ooh, this says pet material. So let's see. Ooh, okay. So you're not going to be able to see, ooh, this is pretty. You're not going to see these very well. These are wave themed. Oh my gosh. Like you see this, someone shows this on camera and they don't actually take the time to show you what it looks like. Serious disservice. Because look, there's this. It's like, meh, okay. And then you do this and it's like, what? That is so pretty. That is so pretty. How am I going to use it? I don't know, guys. But these are stunning. Now, I think they're going to be different. Yeah, that looks a little different. Those first two look the same. So maybe they come in sets of, oh man. So here you can see like the water splashing. There were a few different types of designs in this at the shop. There were different patterns, I guess you could say. And I went with the water because my gosh, oh my gosh, look, flipped over. That is so pretty. Amazing. So this is, oh, so pretty. I got to figure out how to use these. I'm hoping nobody asks me, do a video on those, because I feel like this is probably what would challenge me the most, figuring out how to use these. I just really wanted to see what they looked like. And it says material stickers. It says material stickers. I would presume that there's a backing on these. Shut the front door. Okay, well, these are going to be easy to use, guys, because they're stickers. I thought they were going to just be acetate. Oh, what? Okay, so you can't rip it. You're going to have to cut this to size. Should we sacrifice one? Should we sacrifice one just to see? I just have to. I'm sorry. I have to see what this looks like. Oh my goodness. Kind of don't want to waste it on that. Here, hold on. We're going to grab my play notebook from Archer and Olive. Oh my gosh. What? Okay, this is definitely a material that you'd want to use your bone with to press it down. Just use these scissors. Oh my gosh. What? So we're flattening it down, removing the air between the sticker. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so pretty for summer. Doing like, oh my gosh. And honestly, they're not very thick. I thought for sure this was gonna be adding a ton of bulk. Let's see. and it lifts up really easy. Bonus. Well, okay. The thing I was most afraid of has now become one of the things I'm most excited about. I've been really into making monthly dashboards. Like just a collage page that has the month on it. This is going to be the star of the show. And I could see myself loving these for Esther's memory book, because like if she had a pool day or something, or we take her to the beach or whatever, you lay this down and then you put like pictures around it. And it's like you've got this beautiful background of water with your photos. I'm so excited about this. Genuinely pumped about that. Very excited. All right, so I'm not going to open up this one. This is the same, looks like the same collection, but different pattern of the first round of the scrap papers. If I can find... I can't find it, but the scrapping papers. But these look like they're going to be a little bit more like recycled paper, thin recycled paper. So it's got like images and text, not text, images and texture, like from recycled paper. I don't know if that is making sense at all, but 60 pieces of that. And oh man, this is the part that makes me nervous. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you all these, but I'll just take one out. This is pet stickers in eucalyptus, and that pet tape, that pet material really like nails it with color saturation. It's so pretty. My one gripe is wherever there's not an image, it's a shiny sticker. That's like my one thing that has always prevented me from using pet tapes. But I wonder if these stickers, or these stickers in general, might make me more likely to want to use them versus like pet tape where it's on rolls. The stickers might be a little bit better. So here is eucalyptus. Then this one I thought was very pretty. These are flowers, and actually here you can see the back with wax seals, and you get 20 pieces, and these actually look like pressed flowers. How pretty is that? I think this would be a good entry level for me to use pet stickers, because I think the look of these flowers, ooh, with rub-on transfers, you get some like layering going. Oh, look at these. Those are pretty. Very delicate, very pretty, super neutral. And then you have these kind of faux wax seals here. And get this guy back in here. Let's see if I can get one. Lay one of those on top of the flower. That could look pretty. So that was collection of dried flowers. Now we have Frost Tune. And oh yeah, I really like this one because it's florals, yes. Frost Moon Flower. Packaging is really pretty. I really love the look of cotton buds. Does anybody else think that there's something very fluffy and pretty about them? When you combine them with the flowers and like the color of eucalyptus, I just think that design is so pretty. So here we've got like a neutral flower option. Yeah, super pretty. I don't know how many different designs you're going to get, but there's a lot in here. So love these. All right, I don't want to fiddle with the packaging on this, but I'm going to, because if I don't do this, we're going to have a huge mess on our hands. And I do, at the end of this video, want to test out my theory on storing ephemera, which might work and it might not. So stick around to the end and we'll give it a go. I'm not going to take all of these out at this point, but next we have strawberries and like strawberry blossoms, and 10 pieces of those, a variety of pet stickers in those. More dried flowers. This is the same collection as this, I think, but we've got much more vivid colors here, but it's that pressed dried flower look, and they look like they're real. So glad to have a different colorway of these. We've got more. Okay, so I must have gotten I got a good number of these. This must have been a set. So we've got our blues and purples. This one has daisies in it, but it looks like we also have some words in there. And then we have greenery. Actually, here, we can see it this way. 50 pieces in these packs. So we've got, they look almost like labels, maybe. One of them says poison. Ooh, okay. And then we've got labels down here at the bottom. Invoice, 2nd, 24th, 8 p.m. Just random labels to create that like junk journal look. Film. I love the look of a film strip. These are pet stickers that actually the film strip has greenery in them. So we have, how many of these? 15 of these, 30 of these. But I liked that these were neutral. I thought that this would be, if I wanted to add some more like black to a spread and I had something relatively neutral. See how neutral the inside image is, but then you have that pop of black from the film strip. I thought that these would be really fun to just layer one on top of a really neutral spread. Again, going back to like the washi tape that has the sweater material. Like I feel like a cozy sweater washi tape ripped down with some of this on top could, you know, create a really fun look. More of the dried flowers. These are more like super brown leaves with the wax seals. Let's see. Ooh, I went hard on the film strips. More of the dried flowers. This one in pink. So now I really want to make sure you can see all the colors. So we have the yellows, the pinks, the greens. And there was a mild savings if you got the whole bundle versus purchasing them individually. So I think, is that all of them? Yep. So those are the 4. And then this guy was a pair or a part of this collection. So they're all that dried flower pet tape sticker, but looks like just different companies. And these ones have the wax seals in them and these ones don't. Pretty. So let's go with, ooh, yeah. Actually, let's keep going with the film strips while we're at it. So this is same as this guy, but this was like kind of cool toned with the white and the eucalyptus. And this is much more warm toned. So trying to get in there. You can see the difference between the two. Same logic I would use those for, but just am I doing a more warm toned spread or a cool toned spread? So I got both. These mixed feelings about. I just wasn't quite sure how I wanted to use them. I know Dutch doors are very popular. I'm kind of over the Dutch door look personally in a journal, but I thought, you know, these could actually be fun, like flip pages if these were stuck down on like a sheet of paper and then that was tipped in to create like super faux Dutch doors in a spread. I don't know if that made sense, but these are windows. 10 pieces each. One is like black, dark windows. I'm trying to make sure that the light doesn't hit it. And then this is kind of a lighter, like whitewashed brown windows. And let's just take a look at one of these. These are still the pet tape stickers. But I don't know, the possibilities are kind of endless with windows like this because you could put something, you know, coming out from underneath it if you wanted to. Y'all, we are almost done. Hang tight. And then I'll show you my ephemera idea since my desk has exploded with ephemera. More of these film strips. These ones are a lot bigger and we've got, looks like 5 different styles. These look like they are washi material, 5 styles, 2 of each. So it's a 10-piece pack. And ooh, these are all stuck together. Ooh, this is a miss for me. Oh wait, why were they sticking? They feel like these ones. Oh man, I want to like these. But I think some of these, this one is missing its back, and so it's stuck them all together. Same with, oh yeah, this one got all messed up. So this is a no. I might have to just throw these away. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can separate them. So the backing, oh wait, there we go. So these have a paint on top of them. That's what it is, I think. So these have, they have a paint on top of them. This one doesn't even have a back, so let me take that off. So that one's good. This one, I was able to get the back on that one. Actually, wait, I think this goes with this. So this pack is a bit wonky. The material is interesting. Maybe it's the paint around the frame that's throwing me off a little bit. There we go. They're still good. They're a different material. They might be washi. Maybe there's different types of washi paper material, but the paint on here is like raised. And so it's got like a three-dimensional feel to it. And in the packaging, maybe these were sitting together too long. There we go. So once I peel them off, they're fine. Ooh, that's fun. Photography director date. There we go. They're fine. I think they were just, the acetate wants them to stick together. I was about to panic. I thought I was going to have to throw this whole pack away, but it looks like one of them just came off, and then the acetate is like clinging to each other. So that is the film color tone. I like this set, but I'm going to have to figure out how, I'm not even going to put this back in, figure out how to keep those from sticking together. This was a stretch for me, okay, because I'm not a hollow person. I don't like super shiny things. But I saw this and I thought it was stunning, really stunning. And so I was like, what are some non-planner related projects that I could take on that would utilize the glow of these? I don't know, friends, but I just thought these were really pretty. I liked how soft the pink and gray looked together, and then the metallic on it, I don't know, just something, it did something to me. So picked up these, very much outside my comfort zone, but I'm interested to see how I use those. And then the last item in here was a freebie, and these look like people, obviously. I don't typically put people in my planners unless they're like, I don't know, a very rare, cute, what's it called? Like doodle type person. But if you're into, I guess, fantasy, oh, they're like elves. Definitely not my cup of tea. But if you like that romantic AI elf look, this is a big pack. Holy moly. How many are in here? That's a lot. This is The Clock Strikes 12. There were a lot of stickers like this that have kind of, I want to say it's like a, not cartoon, animation type AI. Like there were a lot of people stickers on the website. And again, it's not really something that I would pick out, but if you like doing maybe like book spreads, like if you're reading a fantasy book and you wanted to, you know, put characters into your planners or your journals or maybe your book journal, then, you know, you might be interested in these sorts of things. Okay, so now that we've looked at everything, I just have to do one little, oh, I wanted to test out the stamps, didn't I? I'm not going to stamp all of them, but why don't we do a test of a couple of these? And then I wanted to show you my idea. Well, it's not my original idea, so don't quote me. My idea for ephemera organization, which is something that I saw. I've been spending a lot of time on the internets trying to figure out how to store my ephemera. And I'm gonna use blue ink today because why not? And I saw several ideas that were similar around the idea of creating a swatch book for your ephemera. And I'm very much into the swatch book thing right now because I feel like I use my stuff more when I can just grab this book and flip through it and see, you know, what is calling to me. And so, yeah, it's easier to flip through a book than through boxes of the stuff that, you know, is stored in a box. I don't know if that made sense. So the ephemera idea that I'm going to share with you guys in a minute is to put them in a book. But before we do that, let's just take a look at what these stamps look like. I'm going to ink this guy. This is the Versa Magic Dewdrop ink. I love these. They are chalk inks. They dry pretty fast and you can layer them. Ooh, that's pretty. You can layer them with washi tape. So you can actually like stamp on top of washi tape or washi material stickers. Not washi tape that's super waxy. Should we do one more? Let's do one more. We'll do the 0. Really like this color. What color is this blue? What color are you? Of course, I'm not seeing a color. Wait. Night sky. Why am I looking on the back like I've never had this before? And it's new to me. There is the 0. That stamps super well. So these are nice rubber stamps. I don't know why, if it's, you know, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or what, but I have a lot of like photopolymer and acrylic stamps and I do like them, but I don't know, my hands have been really appreciative of rubber stamps lately. They're more bulky, they're harder to store, but I have been appreciating having something a little bit thicker to hold on to. So let's grab a couple of these. See what this set looks like. So, ooh. Let's try this one. I love a good splatter stamp. That one, I went a little bit over. So that's not the best impression. Sorry, that's my dog. She barks. Get this guy. Went a little bit over on that one too. Ooh, I like that one. That's nice. I really like the really small text. I feel like this would be such an easy thing to, now I want to try these other ones. Really easy thing to layer on your page. Let's put this guy right here. Ooh, I like these. One thing I forgot to mention with JournalSay that really surprised me was they had like furniture pieces, and not like chairs and tables, but like furniture organization, like mini like tabletop bookshelves and stuff like that. And ooh, let's stamp this the correct way. Ooh, let's do it right next to it if we want to do like a little, yeah, I think that's fun. Little pop of texture there. So if you're looking for like wood organization, desktop, you know, creativity, table organization, they had a lot of options there too. I was tempted, but I was like, girl, what are you talking about? I'm not doing the wood stuff right now. I'm in my acrylic organizer phase. So there are the 2 stamps. Let's now get into my idea for ephemera organization, which I think is appropriate for this video because I just scored a ton of ephemera. So I was seeing a lot of people online using notebooks to store their ephemera using like a removable adhesive and basically gluing down ephemera into their notebooks. And then I saw somebody who, we're gonna zoom out a little bit. Yes, you can see my markers for the tape. Very professional here, but it's more important that you guys see what I'm doing. There's somebody, and you'll have to, if you know who they are, tag them so they get proper credit. But somebody was like, you could do the same thing in a 3-ring binder, which I like that idea better than a coil because you can move the pages around. So this is what I did. I purchased 2 Laurel Denise binders. These were released like, I don't know, 2 releases ago. They're currently clearanced. I picked up both patterns because I wanted one in each design. And then I went online and purchased these old album sheets. You guys remember the old scrapbooking, old photo album vibes where you've got this piece of plastic covering a piece of like, it's got like glue on it. And so you can put your pictures in and then layer this back over and it keeps the photos inside. So somebody was like, you could do that with your ephemera. And so that is what I'm going to try. This binder comes with tabs. So what you can do, at least we're going to see if this works. We're going to try it with these guys. So this would be one of those projects that you want to do while you're watching a movie, while you're like, I don't know, hanging out on a Friday night in your homebody, whatever. And you just grab all of your ephemera. If you've got it in a tray in your drawer like I do, and you just, I'm presuming, stick these guys down. And you want to stick them down in a way that leaves some of that adhesive in between each one so that the plastic has something to stick back onto. Now, do I know if this is the most efficient way to do this? No, but I was specifically looking for a way to create an ephemera book, a swatch book, because it's something that I've really been enjoying. And if these aren't sticking, you can get a removable adhesive, and I guess we'll just do this on one. Put a little bit of tape on the back and lay it down, and that's going to make it stick even better. And I'm presuming, yeah, you should be able to lift things up. So I think it's going to be hard for packs that have more than, I don't know, 10, 15, because they're not all going to fit. But here now I have these guys down. And this is double-sided, so then I can come back over here and lift up this piece of plastic. Now, somebody mentioned that, you know, you should check the quality of the paper or of this material to make sure it's like archival quality, because you don't want this to fade colors and stuff. I'm not an expert on these things, so I can't, I would need to go back and check and see in my order, are these archival quality? And I also don't know how those would be impacted by pet tape specifically, that are kind of that plastic material anyways. But here you can see I've now laid down a bunch of individual pieces. It fit on a sheet and a half, and I bought a box of 50 of these. And so, I mean, I think I'll have enough. It's not going to work. I don't want to use them for like thin papers, but I'm thinking specifically for all of these pet tape stickers that, like, this is going to be so pretty to do. Let's just do something that we didn't get a really good look at. Let's do these flowers, for example, these pressed florals. I love that this kind of gives me the disc-bound journal vibes, where you can move pages around based on your collection. So if, you know, my collection grows and I have more colors that are in the kind of purples and pinks colorway, I can, you know, add a page and then move them around, you know? So I might separate these. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll put like all of the blue ones here. And I'm trying to, you know, fit them together. I'm going to set aside the purples, try to fit them together while still leaving some room for adhesive. And maybe I'll keep the purples separate. So you could do like a whole journaling vibe with these. Not journaling vibe, organization vibe, where they are color coded, like colors of the rainbow. Then when you're junk journaling or you're trying to find something within a specific colorway, you can just go to like your blue pages. So I can organize this binder by the color or by the style. So if I wanted something in blue, I could go and look for all the blue pages, regardless of whether or not it's a flower or a car, you know? I don't know what my method is going to be, but I wanted to make sure that I shared with you guys this process and what I'm thinking I'm going to do. And I do think this is going to be a very fun and relaxing project for me off camera. It's just not something that I think anyone would want to sit through and watch, but I am trying to give you just a little taste of what this could be. So I kind of like the idea of doing all the colors together. And I like the idea of doing florals together as well. So maybe it's first by color and then it's by type of item. So I'm going to wrap this video up and just leave this on screen since you guys, I'm going to finish this up off camera. But I hope that it was helpful to see my idea for how, not my idea, I really need to be careful with that. This is not my original idea. I really want to make sure that the people who came up with this idea have credit because it's a genius idea. But I hope it was helpful for you to see what direction I'm heading in with how to store my pet tape stickers specifically and some of the miscellaneous materials for my binder. Oh my gosh, did that make sense? I don't know. I've been talking for over an hour, but I hope that that was helpful. And then JournalSay, it's new to me. I really enjoyed shopping. I felt like a kid in a candy store. And granted, they did gift me with a gift card. I actually did spend more than what was on the gift card because there were a lot of things I wanted to try. And so I would encourage you, if it's in the budget and you are shopping for more kind of miscellaneous items to up your creative play, check out JournalSay. Joyful8 is my discount code. It's an affiliate code. So if this video was helpful, if it introduced you to JournalSay and you'd like to support my channel and yeah, encourage the work I'm doing here, then please consider shopping with my affiliate link and with that discount code. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Come hang out with me over on Instagram. My handle is The Joyful Sojourn. And until next time, friend, God bless you. God bless you and keep you. Do something creative today. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.